हेलो दोस्तों, वेलकम टू द साइनिंग ब्रेन। आज हम एनसीईआरटी क्लास 7 का लास्ट चैप्टर साइंस चैप्टर नंबर 18 को पढ़ेंगे, जिसका नाम है वेस्ट वाटर स्टोरी। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। ऑल ऑफ अस यूज वाटर इन आवर होम्स एंड मेक इट डर्टी। डर्टी? आर यू सरप्राइज्ड? Rich in leather, mixed with oil, black brown water that goes down the drains from sink, showers, toilet, laundries is dirty. It is called wastewater. This used water should not be wasted. We must clean it up by removing pollutants. Have you ever thought where the wastewater goes and what happened to it? 18.1 Water, our lifeline. Clean water is a basic need of human beings. Let us make a mind map of the many users of clean water. Activity 18.1. We can give one example of the use of clean water. You can add many more. Clean water that is fit for use is unfortunately not available to all. It has been reported that more than 1 billion of people have no access to safe drinking water. This accounts for a large number of water related diseases and even death. People, even children, walk for several kilometers to collect clean water, as you read in chapter number 16. Is it not a serious matter for human dignity? You have studied in chapter 16 about the increasing scarcity of fresh water due to population growth, pollution, industrial development, mismanagement, and other factors. Realizing the urgency of the situations on the World Water Days on 22nd March 2005, the General Assembly of the United Nations proclaimed the period 2005 to 2015 as the International Decade for Action on Water for Life. All efforts made during this decade aim to reduce by half the number of people who do not have access to safe drinking water. There has been perceptible progress in the direction of the aim, but still here is a lot to achieve. Cleaning water is a process of removing pollutant before it enters a water body or is reused. This process of wastewater treatment is commonly known as sewage treatment. It takes place in several stages. 18.2 What is sewage? Sewage is a wastewater released by homes, industries, hospitals, offices, and other users. It also includes rainwater that has run down the street during a storm or heavy rain. The water that washes off road and rooftops carries harmful substances with it. Sewage is a liquid waste. Most of it is water which has dissolved and suspended impurities. Activity 18.2 Locate an open drain near your home, school, or the roadside and inspect water flowing through it. Record color, odor, and any other observation. Discuss with your friends and your teachers and fill up the following table 18.1. You know that sewage is a complex mixture containing suspended solid organic and inorganic impurities, nutrients, saprophytes, and disease causing bacteria and other microbes. This includes the following organic impurity: human feces and animal waste. Oil, urea, urine, pesticides, herbicides, fruits and vegetables waste, etc. Inorganic impurity, nitrates, phosphates, metals, nutrients, phosphorus and nitrogen, bacteria such as Vibrio cholera, which causes cholera, and Salmonella paratyphi, which causes typhoid. Other microbes such as protozoans which cause dysentery. 18.3 Water freshens up an eventful journey. In a home or a public buildings, generally one set of pipes bring clean water and another set of pipes takes away wastewater. Imagine that we could see through the ground. We would see a network of big and small pipe called sewer forming the sewerage. It is like a transport system that carries sewage from the point of being produced to the point of disposal, that is treatment plant. Manholes are located at every 50-meter to 60-meter in the sewerage at the junction of two or more sewers, and it's at point where there is a change in direction. Activity 18.3. Study the sewage route in your home, schools, buildings. Do the following. Make a line diagram of the sewage route. Walk down the street or survey the campus to find the number of manholes. If possible, observe open drain and record them. Living organisms are found in around it. In case you do not have a sewage system in your locality, find out how sewage is being disposed of. Treatment of polluted plant. Perform the following activity. It will help you understand the processes that take place at the wastewater treatment plant. Activity 18.4. Divide yourself into groups to perform this activity. Record observations at each stage. Fill a large glass jar 3 by 4 full of water. Add some dirty organic matter such as grass, pieces or organic peels, a small amount of detergent and a few drops of ink or any color. Cap the jar, shake it well, and let the mixture stand in the sun for 2 days. After 2 days, shake the mixture and pour a small sample into test tube. Label this test tube before treatment. Sample 1. How does it smell? Use an aerator from an aquarium to bubbles air through the sample in the glass jar. Allow several hours for aeration. Leave the aerator attached overnight. If you do not have an aerator, use a mechanical stirrer or a mixer. You may have to stir it several times. The next day, when aeration is complete, pour another sample into a second test tube. Label it as after aeration. Sample 2. Fold a piece of filter paper to form a cone. Wet the paper with tap water and then insert the cone in a funnel. Mount the funnel on a support as you have learnt in class 6. Place layers of sands, fine gravel, and finely medium gravel in the funnel. Figure 18.2. An actual filtration plant does not use filter paper, but the sand filter is several meters deep. Pour the remaining aerated liquid through the filter into the beakers. Do not allow the liquid to spill over the filter. If the filtered liquid is not clear, filter it as a few times till you get clean water. Pour a sample of filtered water into third test tube labeled filtered sample 3. Figure 18.2. Filtration process. Pour another sample of filtered water into a fourth test tube. Add a small piece of chlorine tablet. Mix wet well until the water is clean. Label the test tube chlorinated sample. 4. Observe carefully the sample in all the test tube. Do not taste, just smell them. Now answer the following question. What changes did you observe in the appearance of the liquid after aeration? Did aeration change the odor? What was removed by the sand filter? Did chlorine remove the color? Did chlorine have an odor? Was it worse than that of the wastewater? 18.4. Wastewater Treatment Plant WWTP. Treatment of wastewater involves physical, chemical, and biological processes which remove physical, chemical, and biological matter that contaminates the wastewater. Wastewater is passed through bar screen. Large objects like rags, sticks, can, plastic packets, napkins are removed. Figure 18.3. Bar screen. 2. Water then goes to a grit and sand removal tank. The speed of the incoming wastewater is decreased to allow sand, grit, and pebble to settle down. Figure 18.4. Figure 18.4. Grit and sand removal tank. 3. The water is then allowed to settle in a large tank which is sloped towards the middle. Solid like feces settle at the bottom and are removed with a scrapers. This is the sludge. A skimmer remove the floatable solid like oil and grease. Water so cleared is called clarified water. Figure 18.5. The sludge is transferred to a separate tank where it is decomposed by the aerobic bacteria. The biogas produced in this process can be used as fuel or can be used to produce electricity. 4. Air is pumped into the clarified water to help aerobic bacteria to grow. Bacteria consume human waste, food waste, soaps, and other unwanted matter still remaining in the clarified water. Figure 18.6. Aerator. After several hours, the suspended microbes settle at the bottom of the tank as activated sludge. The water is then removed from the top. The activated sludge is about 97% water. The water is removed by sand, drying bed, or machines. Dried sludge is used as manure, returning organic matters and nutrients to the soil. The treated water has a very low level of organic material and suspended matter. It is discharged into a sea, a river, or into the ground. Nature cleans it up further. Sometimes it may be necessary to disinfect water with chemicals like chlorine and ozone before releasing it into the distribution system. Before an active citizen become an active citizen, waste generation is a natural part of the human activity, but we can limit the type of waste and quantity of waste produced. Here, Bojo want to know the water in a river is cleaned naturally by processes that are similar to those adopted in wastewater treatment plant. Did you know? It has been suggested that we should plant eucalyptus tree all along sewage ponds. This tree absorbs all surplus water plus rapidly and release pure water vapor into the atmosphere. Often we have been repelled by offensive smell. The sight of open drain is disgusting. The situation worsens in the rainy season when the drain start overflowing. We have to wade through the mud pools on the roads. Most unhygienic and unsanitary conditions prevail. While flies, mosquitoes, and other insects breed in it. You can be enlightened citizen and approach the municipalities or the gram panchayat. Insist that the open be covered. If the sewage of any particular house makes the neighborhood dirty, you should request them to more considerate about other health. 18.5. Better housekeeping practices. One of the ways to minimize or eliminate waste and pollutants at their source is to see what you are releasing down the drains. Cooking oil and fats should not be thrown down the drain. They can harden and block the pipes, In all the open drain, the fats clog the soil pores, reducing its effectiveness in filtering water. Throw oil and fats in the dustbin. Chemicals like paints, solvents, insecticides, motors oil, medicines may kill microbes that help purify water. So do not throw them down the drain. Use Use tea leaves, solid food remains, soft toy, cotton, sanitary towels, etc. should also be thrown in the dustbin. Figure 18.7. These wastes choke the drains. They do not allow free flow of oxygen. This hampers the degradation process. Here, figure 18.7. Do not throw everything in the sink. In the year 2016, the Government of India has initiated a new mission known as Swachh Bharat, under which a lot of drives such as proper sewage disposal and providing toilet for everyone have been started. Vermi processing toilet, a design of toilet in which human excreta is treated by the earthworm, has been tested in India. It has been found to be a novel, low water use toilet for safe processing of human waste. The operation of the toilet is very simple and hygiene. The human excreta is completely converted to vermi cakes, a resource much needed for soil. 18.6. Sanitation and diseases. Poor sanitation and contaminated drinking water is the cause of the large number of diseases. Let us look at our country. A vast number of our people are still without sewerage facilities. Where do they relieve themselves? A very large fraction of our people defecated in the open, on dry river beds, on railway tracks, near field, and many a time directly in water. Untreated human excreta is health hazard. It may cause water pollution and soil pollution. Both the surface water and groundwater get polluted. Groundwater is a source of water for well, tube wells, spring, and many rivers, as you learnt in chapter 16. Thus, it becomes the most common route for waterborne diseases. They include cholera, typhoid, polio, meningitis, hepatitis, and dysentery. Bozo wants to know how sewage is disposed of in an aeroplane. 18.7. Alternative arrangement for sewage disposal. To improve sanitation, low cost on site sewage disposal systems are being encouraged. Examples are septic tank, chemical toilet, compositing composting pits. Septic tanks are suitable for places where there is no sewage system. For hospitals, isolated buildings, or a clusters of 4 to 5 houses. Some organizations offer hygienic on-site human waste disposal technology. These toilets do not require scavenging. Excreta from the toilet seat flow through covered drain into a biogas plant. The biogas produced is used as a source of energy. 18.8. Sanitation at public places. In our country, fairs are organized periodically. A large number of people participated in them. In the same way, railway station, buses, depot, airports, hospitals are very busy places. Thousands of people visit them daily. Large amount of waste is generated here. It must be disposed of properly, otherwise epidemic could break out. The government has laid down certain standards of sanitation, but unfortunately they are not strictly enforced. However, all of us can contribute in maintaining sanitation at public places. We should not scatter litter anywhere. If there is no dustbin in sight, we should carry the litter home and throw it in the dustbin. Conclusion: we all have a role to play in keeping our environment clean and healthy. You must realize your responsibility in maintaining the water sources in a healthy state. Adopting good sanitation practices should be our way of life. As an agent of change, your individual initiative will make a great difference. Influence others with your energy, ideas, and optimism. A lot can be done if people work together. There is a great power in collective action. Mahatma Gandhi said, "No one need to wait for anyone else to adopt a human and enlightened course of actions." Keyword: aeration, contaminants, sewerage, anaerobic bacteria, sanitation, sludge, anaerobic bacteria, sewage, wastewater, biogas and sewer. This is the end of this chapter. तो दोस्तों, अगले क्लास में हम क्लास 8 का चैप्टर नंबर 1 से स्टार्ट करेंगे. तब तक के लिए थैंक यू.